All right. Well, welcome everybody. All right, everybody. Welcome to All Angles Boxing and Combat Sports Channel, episode number 20. We have John Scrappy Ramirez, the man who I call that carries a 7-foot shadow. I watched this man fight. This guy is unbelievable. I'm a big fan of his, and I'm going to be watching him and through his whole career. Welcome to the show, John.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. I'm here, man.
Appreciate you, my man. Thanks for joining us, especially on Super Bowl Sunday. You know, I know you're getting closer to camp, so hopefully we catch you sooner, because I'm sure as we get closer to camp, you know, it's a little bit more difficult to make these type of appointments. So we really appreciate you.
I mean, I'm closing camp. Like, this is the end of camp, so we ready to go now. All there's left to do is cut weight, you know, make weight, and that's the easy part.
Yeah, because it's just water at that point, right? Or should be.
Well, I mean, when you live this type of lifestyle, you know, it's easy, right? If you're undisciplined, then it gets hard, but it's easy. I do this, you know.
Right. So I tell you, you know, man, I'm looking at your record, and you know, I was almost confused because when I was looking back, you kept popping up as an MMA guy, and then I go for the MMA record, and it said nothing but boxing. So they're checking you out in the MMA world for sure, as well. So you got some fans there as well.
I didn't even know that. This is the first time I hear about that.
Yeah. Well, you know, Art just joined us. Art, welcome to the show, sir. How are you?
Hey, thanks for having me on. Appreciate it. I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. It's been a great weekend, busy weekend. I really appreciate you guys giving me this opportunity to join you guys, and really excited to talk to Scrappy. Just really appreciative. Thanks.
Welcome to the party, brother.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, Brittany. So let's go to Brittany. Brittany, do you have any questions for Scrappy right now?
I'm just curious about, you know, your upcoming fight and what you have planned for your opponent, what, you know, where you see your future going from this, you know, this fight forward. What's going to be next for you? Do you have somebody you're ready to call out after this?
I've been calling out the champions since my last performance, and that was my first time on national television. So I went straight to it. I'm not wasting time. Like I said before, I'm not here to take part. I'm here to take over. I know what I want. That's the belts. So I'm coming for the belt. I said that I was gonna one of my main goal was to get ranked. I did that already. So I'm number 1 right now, you know.
Yes,
and
sir.
I'm gonna get the title eliminator. But before I even start thinking about that, I gotta take care of business February 23rd.
Now,
and after that, we're gonna talk about the title eliminator.
Right on. Now, February 23rd is you got the it's Luis Villa. You're fighting him on Thursday. That's a Thursday night on Golden Boy, right?
Thursday night, Golden Boy, out in Indio, California.
Yes, that's so that's Fantasy Springs, right? I believe. I might be able to make that one. We'll see.
Hey, pull up to the step show, man.
Yeah,
ready.
Oh, you know what, man? I tell you, I'm happy that you're the first one to headline the fight for the Golden Boy this year in Indio. That's how do you say? It has a lot to say for you, for them to look at you that highly. I want to talk about your amateur career, if you don't mind, real quick. Now, I noticed, I think you only had about 20 fights or somewhere around that area.
Right.
How old were you when you started your amateur career?
I was 20.
You were 20 years old, huh?
Right.
Wow, man. And you got your 20 in.
I had my first amateur fight about 6 months into boxing.
Wow.
My first fight wasn't a pretty victory, but I won. And yeah, I had 25 fights, lost 7 of them because of my style.
Sure.
I had a pro style.
Mm-hmm.
And from the start, my main goal was to become a world champion, turn pro. That's really the only reason I got into the amateur, just to get some experience, right? Then I was in the mix for a little bit, and I was doing good. And someone told me you should try to qualify for the Olympics, because at that time, people were trying to make the team for USA. So I'm like, you know what? I'm already in the amateurs. Why not try? So I did that. It didn't happen my way, and I got the proper experience in turn pro 2021.
Yeah, 2021. Now, you started with in when you started, you've now won how many championships?
Pro or in amateurs?
Pro.
I got two belts.
2 belts.
So I got the ABO title. That was my first one. Got that my 6th fight. Then my last fight, I got the NABA.
Wow.
And this upcoming fight, I'll be winning the WBA Continental.
Wow! Congratulations. That's going to be awesome to see that. I want to tell you, I got to tell you how much I appreciate your style and the way you carry yourself outside that ring. I'm from Denver, Colorado. Brittany knows this, and I love your swag, man. I mean, I know you're rolling with those Stetson hats. I know you're rolling with those suits. There's got to be some Stacey Adams shoes in there somewhere, and probably a lot more. So I want to tell you, I love your swag, bro.
Yo, I appreciate it. I get some people like it, some people hate it. I don't care. I feel good, So it is what it is. But I appreciate the love, man.
Oh no, man, keep it up, bro. Keep it up. It's you. You know what I'm saying?
Keep it up.
Yeah.
I like making people mad, so we gonna I'm gonna give them a reason to talk some shit. So
hey, you know what? You must be doing something right if everybody's pissed, right?
Damn right.
Yeah.
Hey, I got some fire for fight night. Ooh-wee.
Right on. I want to hear it. See it and hear it.
You gonna see it. You gonna see it.
Oh, right on, man. Right on. So, Art, jump in, man. You want to ask Scrappy any questions?
Yeah, sure. Thanks. I appreciate it. So, Scrappy, forgive my ignorance a little bit. I follow all kinds of combat sports, not just boxing. I like MMA, Muay Thai, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, all that stuff. So I know a few different names from a lot of different sports. But when I was looking you up, I was really, really interested in your background when you were growing up, your backstory. And one of the things I was telling Dave that I really liked when I found when I found All Angles was the way that they tried to talk about to the youngsters, ones that are just starting out, just coming up, thoughts beyond boxing, after boxing. So I'm just curious, with your background, have you thought about or looked at what you're going to be doing, once you're either probably not tired of boxing, but once you're like, you know what, I need a new challenge. I need to stretch my legs a little bit more. Have you thought about beyond boxing, what you're going to be doing after?
There's always room for I could do a lot of things, but I haven't as of right now, my main focus is my career, I'm just getting started. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, you can hear you fine.
I'm just getting started. So I haven't really thought about that. But people always reach out, I'm doing a little bit of everything. I could model, acting, there's a lot of things for me to do, but I'm not looking to get distracted at the moment. So I'm locked in on what I want to do. So I'm gonna take care of business first, and that's boxing.
That's smart. That's smart. Be focused. Try your hands while you're young.
Because look, let me tell you this. And I have this conversation with my mentor and my manager's like, yo, I feel like I'm not doing enough. I'm an ambitious person, so boxing to me is never enough. Even like working twice a day or three times, it's never enough. I want more. So there's always a chip on my shoulder, and I have this conversation with my people. They're like, you know what? You can't stress out on other things at the moment. All that energy should be on boxing. That's your career. That's your main goal. So make it happen. Then spread your eggs. So that's
Smart.
that's what I'm doing.
Smart.
Yeah,
I like to hear that.
I agree. I agree
I
there
think that's
too.
the best way of doing it, bro. There's too many distractions. There's too much things going on. And typically when you in school, they tell you gotta have plan A, plan B, and plan C. But you only invest in 50% of your energy on plan A, then you 35 on plan B, and then the rest on plan C. I'm plan A for me, 100%, and I'm gonna accomplish that and move on to the next. It's that
That's
simple, man.
that's good. That's smart because it's a lot like like the plate spinners. You got so many plates spinning, you got to keep running back and forth between them. So that's smart
Yeah.
that you're staying
And
focused right
and
now.
and, and listen, everyone has a different puzzle, right? So what works for me, and might not work for you. So I think the way I'm doing it so far is working for me. So I'm gonna keep doing it my way.
Yeah, absolutely. You're being successful, man. So yeah, definitely keep your eyes on the prize. That's smart.
Of course.
I'm curious. I saw that you were doing football in high school and then in college. Was there any carryover from the football? I mean, a lot of people, a lot of the athletes that go from one sport to another, they talk about the discipline, the work ethic. Is there anything else that you think you carried over from football to boxing?
Everything
Uh,
mental,
okay,
you know. Um, when I was in high school, my coach used football to make us better men, better person. So he built a foundation, and I have a strong foundation, and through that foundation, I've been able to apply it into my career, and that is why I'm able to move the way I move. I know how to approach certain situations. Um, I'm only 26 years old, so people around this age, you're supposed to make a lot of mistakes, but I'm aware. I've learned from other people. I have experience in seeing it, so I'm able to imply that into my career. You know,
Well,
so
I love your approach, and
that's like from football. I learned a lot. It's like the physical attributes. From like the strength and conditioning to like the footwork and like the way to study film. I apply that into boxing the same way I used to study film with boxing. I do it with with football the same way I do it with boxing. Even when I go out and uh get more information to add to my arsenal, I go out and talk to coaches, because there's a lot of coaches in boxing, but you gotta know how to find the right coach that knows how to teach, and I'm real big on that because again, there's a lot of coaches in this boxing world, but they don't know what they're doing. They just learn things through they don't have the proper experience. I know how to detect a person that knows what they're talking about. So that is why I've been successful.
that comes from your seasoning.
Yeah,
A seasoned athlete knows a seasoned coach. Under,
absolutely. Yeah.
yeah.
And my one of my coaches used to say, like you got to train like a professional before you turn a pro, right? And that really never made sense to me till now. Now when I walk in a room and I'm around athletes, like I could see the difference between a professional athlete and just someone that's just working out. You know what I mean? But they're
Oh,
professionals. And in boxing, you there's only a handful of professional boxers. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Absolutely. Yep.
I
You know,
agree.
there's many professionals, but they're not truly professional boxers. That's why
Yeah,
there's only a handful of elite boxers.
yeah, and I think that's accredited to the trainers that they have training them and the coaches that they have training
Right.
coaching them.
Right.
I see the boxing world has changed so much, Scrappy, from when I got into it. I got into this in 1976 back in Denver, Colorado, 20th Street Gym.
You said 19 what?
76.
1976. I wasn't even around. I was in the I was in the future.
Well, you are
So
in the future.
you've been in the game for a long period of time. So you know what I'm talking about. You've seen the game change, right? You've seen the athletes change. You've seen the game advance. So as time moves on, everything changes. Even the athletes, we're more athletic than back then.
Oh,
So
I agree. Absolutely.
everything changes.
Yeah, everything changes. The thing that really changes a lot when it comes to coaches, and like we're talking about too, is nowadays we see so many coaches out there that are there for themselves more than they are for the fighters.
For the fighter, right?
You
Because
know,
they want part of it as well.
hmm
They
but
want some of that fine.
yeah, if they just focused really on taking care of their fighters, they would get there anyway.
But that's what
Eventually,
it is, right? Because that's a team. So as a team, there's one common goal. It shouldn't be
yes,
three goals. It's one common goal. And that's that we're working for the fighter, right?
yes,
So the
sir.
fight, we all win. So that's the type of mentality. At least that's how I was coached. That's how I was taught. So again, I make my decision off that. Like we all gotta be on the same page to be successful. If you're not on the same page as me, then there's a problem because sooner or later you're gonna do what's best for you, not what's best for the team.
Yeah, that's correct. I agree, and that's some old school teaching there. And if it followed you from football and your background there, that's you had some good coaches, so they taught you well.
I mean, all I did is win. I mean, I've been successful my whole life. Like I don't lose. That's not in me. I've been winning. I know what it takes to win. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
why throw that away? I know how to win, so I'm gonna apply that. I've been winning my whole life. I'm gonna keep doing it, and it's been a full cycle. I had this conversation with someone last time. I'm like, yo, it's a cycle as my success. So when I was playing football growing up, I was the underdog, the little kid that I had to prove myself, and I did that. Right, I got to high school again, the small kid, nobody cared about me. I had to prove myself, but I was consistent. I studied, I did everything, and I won. Got to college, the same thing. Got to boxing, the same thing. So can nobody tell me anything? Because it's a full cycle, and I know how to do it, man. I've been
well,
doing it my whole life.
you're blessed. You're blessed because not everybody has had that success. But I tell you
I'm
what, like I
blessed
told you,
twice, and again, I use other people's experiences to not make the same mistake.
that's a huge statement right there, man, coming from a young man like you. Now with the professional boxing that you had, I'm counting here. We've only got about what 12 professional fights.
I got 11. Well, I'm 10 and
Yeah,
0.
yeah.
10,
So
10 and 0.
11.
February 23rd, I'll be 11 and 0.
Wow, in that short period of time, you were able to capture the ABO title, and then you're saying that you're also fighting on this card here for the what is this title here, there, John?
WBA Continental.
The WBA Continental. Okay, when you won the ABO championship, how many fights was that into your professional career?
My sixth fight.
Your sixth fight, and
Yes.
you became a champion on your sixth fight.
Yeah.
That is phenomenal.
Yeah, I was excited. Again, man, I've been so focused. I've been so focused and like determined to make just leave my mark. Everything has happened so fast. Like at one point, I fought 4 times in 6 weeks.
I saw that. Yeah.
You know, like my career was moving so fast, you know, and I'm winning here, knockout right here. Like it's just so fast. But I'm not surprised because this is what I wanted. This is what I've envisioned, and it's happening. You know.
Wow. Talk about speaking it, receive. What is it? Speak
You
it,
say,
and receive it.
yeah. Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome,
bro. We're able to create what we want. You know,
Mhm.
that's what people gotta understand. You know, we got the power. It's out in our hand. You know, you gotta watch what you say, who you tell it to, who you say it to, and
Yeah, I
yeah.
agree.
But
I
hey,
hear.
love it, man.
Well, we love watching you, and I'm gonna do some shout outs here real quick, John, because you got some people checking us out, and I don't get them all either. I mean, believe me, we've got about 4 different platforms. So just real quick, right here, we've got Paul Banky. What's up, Box fam? Welcome to the show, man. Thank you for your support all the time. Tony Chavez out of Denver, Colorado. Thank you for your support, brother. Appreciate you always. JC Curiel, he's the ABO CEO is watching right now, Scrappy, and he's joining us. Linda Hurtado, that's actually an active mine up in Washington. Bless you. Thank you, man, for your support.
Make sure y'all tune in February 23rd, man. Get your popcorn ready. I'm coming. You know,
Right on.
I'm serious. You know, when you want, if you want entertainment and high level boxing, I'll bring that to the table for real.
Oh yeah, you do. Yeah, and we love watching you. We got Kevin Salgado, a local pro out of Temecula, California. Welcome, Kevin. Thanks for your support. Robert Atencio, man, our dog's from Colorado, 303. Appreciate you. Sean Fitzgerald, he's on board. Thank you, Sean. And then we got Love Romero, which is our niece, who is always supportive of us. Love you, niece. Appreciate you. Thank you for joining us. Feel free to throw us some questions out here for John, and we'll read them out to him. Brittany, you have anything else for John?
And I just want to know, like, do you feel like this is so far the biggest fight of your career? I know you've won the ABO, and that's like incredible, but as of right now, I know you have, the title in your sights. Is this the biggest fight of your career?
On
Do you
paper,
feel that way?
it is. I don't feel that way.
You don't feel that way though? Like I know on paper it is, but you don't feel that way. You're not like your nerves aren't there. You're not.
I chose this life. Listen, it's just if I fight in Mexico, if I fight out here, it's the same thing. It's a fight. It's another sparring session. I do this every day, 3 times a week. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
Yep.
I,
It's
I
life.
that's why when you guys ask me how is camp going, like I've been in camp for the past 8 weeks. I mean 8 months. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
this is the lifestyle. I wake up at 5 in the morning every day. You know, I get my run, and I didn't have a fight schedule. I'm still on my meal preps. That's just the type of level of discipline and lifestyle that I want for myself. You know.
That's a
So
high
I
level
do
of
this. I
discipline.
do. So I do this. So to me, it's just another fight. It's another man in front
It's
of
just
me, and
another
I'm gonna go.
body. Yep.
It is another body, you know. But again, I'm not overlooking him because he want to take what I have,
Yep.
right? So I'm not overlooking, but to me, he's just a body, and I'm gonna take him out the way.
I get it. So Paul Banky here says, how many amateur fights did you have?
25.
25 amateur fights. And what was your record as an amateur?
I lost 7 times.
7.
Yeah,
Damn.
And here's the thing about the amateurs and going to the pros, and this is what's a
it's a
lot of people
different
different
style.
styles. Different styles. I pulled out our guy out of the amateurs because he didn't fight like a pro or like an amateur. He fought like a pro. He lost once, and I says, "We're done. We're going pro."
I fought pro because I mean that was naturally my style, but also because I came out of wild card, so my sparring partners were professionals. I was sparring Freddie Roach fighters.
Nice. Out of wild card gym. My son got the pleasure of fighting out of wild card for a while. And I know there's nothing but bangers over there too, so I know what you had to go through.
I mean that's how I earned my stripes. They threw me in there because I'm a loudmouth, you know, and they wanted to get me. So I proved myself. I kept showing up, and you know, let me tell you this story. they had me. Freddie had me spar this. He was like a 147 pounder. He That's what he fought at. So he's walking around 160, right? They're like, "Yo, you wanna spar?" I'm like, "Yes." They threw me in there. I'm only 130. I'm 130 pounds, but I didn't turn it down. I knew it was a good opportunity, right? Like I said, I'm looking for the opportunity to show that I belong there and that I want to do it. So I did it, right? Long story short, we did 5 rounds. Uh, I came out. Then Freddie walks up to me and he asks, "Do you have 2 more rounds in you?" I'm tired, right? I'm like, "Yeah, I got 2 more rounds." I went in there, did 2 more rounds. I get out, and he tries to test me again. He's like, "Yo, you got 1 more round in you?" I'm like, "Yeah." I went back in there and did the round. My point is, they were trying to they wanted to see if I really wanted it, and I survived. I passed the test.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, that's what a coach wants to hear. You know what I mean? You got one more round. It doesn't matter if you're falling all over the ropes. Yeah, I got one more round, coach. You know,
Yeah,
so I can
it's easier
appreciate
said
that.
than done though. When you have someone trying to take your head off and you're tired, I mean, you want the easy way out, right?
Oh yeah,
Again, from day one, I knew what I wanted, so I had to go through it. But it only made me stronger and wiser.
yep. Well, I tell everybody because we also run a mentorship program in our gym, Scrappy, and what we tell everybody is that boxing takes you to the depths of yourself. If you've never known who you are, you will know
You'll
after
find,
you fought with us.
yeah, yeah. That's why when people, boxing, you supposed to sell the fight, right? But
Hmm.
there's a level of selling the fight. You also got to be completely honest with yourself. You can't just be saying things just to be saying it.
Hmm.
So whenever I say something and people don't believe me, I'm like, yo, I'm willing to die. Like, I chose this life. Like,
Hmm.
I think about these. I have these conversations with myself. Like, I'm prepared to die and I'm prepared to kill if it gets to that point. But
Well, then you're in the right. You're in the right mindset for the sport.
well,
There's a lot of people
that's
that
why
don't agree, but I agree.
my point is, a lot of people want to portray that they're willing to do it, but once it gets dark and it gets hot in the kitchen, they tap out. They just can't resist.
I agree. I agree. And so you have a really, um, I want to say, seasoned uh, uh, knowledge, and you're so young and you're so seasoned mentally. You probably got a good seasoning of about a good 50-year-old, to be honest with you, because the way you're talking and the way you're thinking.
I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot. We could say.
So let me ask you this: what was your childhood like? You grew up in L.A., right?
Uh, I part time. Yeah, I
Oh,
lived. I grew up in LA and I also lived in Honduras.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. What was that like for you?
Uh, Honduras was a great experience, but it's different lifestyle.
Yep.
Um, you really get to see what life is really about. When we talk about, I'm outside walking, no shoes, no shirt, all dirty, but I'm having the best time of my life. Yeah, I did that. Like, people used to shower outside, take a dump outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, that was my upbringing, but I loved it, man. But I grew up in a broken family, so I grew up with my father. At the age of 12, I came back when I moved back with my mother, and that's when I came back to the States. Um, but life wasn't easy, but all of that made me who I am today, and I'm happy. I'm happy with who I am. Yeah.
Well, we're all happy with who you are too, man. Those humble beginnings like that. Isn't it funny that you look back and I in my life I've had my humble beginnings as well, and those were some of the greatest times of my life. And not having nothing, and coming up because.
'Cause it built character, brother. I mean,
Hmm.
you don't cry or complain. You just find a solution, right?
Yep.
That's what it is. Now we in times where people cry and complain. They want people to feel bad for them, but it is
Yeah.
what. But only the strong survive, and I live by that.
Yeah, that's right. That's the old Darwin's theory, survival of the fittest.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. So let me ask you, in camp, what is your I mean, you told me you get up at 5. What is your regimen like? Because you said you'll go up to 3 times a day.
Come on, my brother. I'm not about to give you the secret. You know what I'm saying? Hey, just know
Just
that
work.
we
Just
work hard, we work,
uh-huh.
and we work smart. You know, because there's two different things between working hard and working smart. You know,
True.
you got to break down the craft. You know, and you always got to work on your fundamentals, right? Because that's your bread and butter,
Mm-hmm.
right? And also you got to work on what you lack on, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we do. We work on fundamentals. We work on what we lack. Try to we seek out for more knowledge, and yeah, man, we stick with that.
I feel you. I feel you. The key word right there, and this is for everybody, whether you're in the amateurs or whether you're in the pros, is you were talking to a pro right here that's being established and is going to be a great world champ. We know this already. He spoke it. We're all receiving it, but the fundamentals. There's so many kids coming out there and they want to bypass the fundamentals and go right to their swagger or whatever. And of course, we always know what that gets them, and that's in trouble.
Yeah, I tell that to my teammates, you know, because the cool thing, I mean, fast punching and like 10 punch combinations look cool, right? But you gotta get the fundamentals, man. You gotta master the simple things, right? The way you get to do all the flashy stuff, that's the creativity. That's after mastering the little things, you know. So I've been big on that, man. Fundamentals. I spent a lot of time footwork, you know, simple combinations, jab, 1-2, real
Yeah,
quick. I got it right here, baby.
right on.
You know, and before my fight, when the last 2 weeks, I like sleeping with my belts. You know, something I do. But
Beautiful.
yeah, man, if we got any young fighters up in here, focus on the fundamentals. Especially now that you're in the amateurs, you got plenty of time to work on the simple stuff, man. Footwork, head movement, jab, 1-2, 1-2-3, simple combinations, and everything else will come naturally.
I have a question for you. How
I
many
got,
jabs have you thrown in your lifetime?
how many jabs?
Yeah.
I work on my jab every day.
So we have a thing in the gym. It's called 1 million. And when you're done with 1 million, you got to do a million more.
Yeah, I mean, that's like I said, you always gotta work on your bread and butter. That's always because you know what's the hardest thing about boxing? There's just so many things to work on with boxing. You know, you gotta work on your defense, you gotta work on your offense, you gotta work on counter, you gotta work on footwork, you gotta work on head movement. It's just so much, you know, and it's like a cycle. You gotta go through it like this. You gotta work on everything. Because if you don't keep that cycle and you only focus on one side, then one side is going up while the other side is diminishing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So you always
So
got to keep going back over everything over and
yeah,
over again.
that's where you got to be realistic, man, with yourself,
Mhm.
and be like, you got to keep yourself accountable for working on every area. You can't just focus on being fast or just head movement or just defense, right? That's where you gotta actually break down your plan and your schedule, and mark what you're gonna work on every day. Work with a purpose. That's why I like playing chess. When you play chess, you gotta move with a purpose, you know? Every
Mhm.
move counts. Same with boxing. Every
Mhm.
move counts. Take a step,
Absolutely.
that step counts. You feint with your head, that counts. That jab, everything counts, man.
Yeah, I love the way you're breaking this down. You're giving us such a good education, especially for the younger viewers, or even the older ones don't ever break it down like that. So I really appreciate you breaking it down the way you are, man. I love the mindset.
Hey, yo,
It's educational.
me and Julian have this conversation. Like we sit down, we just have this is what all we talk about. I can have this conversation daily.
Yeah,
I gotta throw in there. I love that you brought up chess. I don't know if a lot of the youngsters out there know how great chess can be for any kind of combat sports, not just boxing, but all of it.
That's just life. Chess,
Yeah,
it's a life game.
yeah, I agree.
It's been played for a long period of time.
Yep.
And it's a hard game to master. Like it's hard. It's hard to master it. But that's the first thing I play every morning. Chess.
Hey, it's funny. I taught my wife how to play chess, and like within like 2-3 weeks, she started kicking the crap out of me.
You got the.
yep. Well, chess has come back. I mean, from medieval history, man, and kings have actually planned out their battles on chessboards. Back in the medieval times. So, and of course, as we grew up, we also seen all these games, come up about war or what have you, and it's so true. I call it for short, in getting the experience of minimum movement, maximum results.
Yeah.
And
Also, you got to see the outcome with every move before you make the move. You got to think. You got to see the move before it happens.
Yeah. You got to know how to set those traps. Be 2 or 3 steps ahead.
Before you take that first step, you got to see the 10th step. You know what I'm saying?
exactly, I understand what you're saying.
That's the biggest mistake. People just think of like this move and the following move, but they're not thinking about the 5th, the 10th move.
Wow. Yeah. That's the matrix right there. that's setting it up.
Then if you want to apply that with boxing is like a 12-round fight. I'm gonna just give it a little bit. 12-1 fight. You can't win the round. You can't win the fight in 1 round.
That's
You
true.
got 12 rounds. What you gonna do in 12 rounds? Sometimes you start fast. Sometimes you gotta start slow. Sometimes you gotta box. Sometimes you gotta walk him down.
I love it. Man, I'm definitely going to get out there to see you guys soon. I'm probably going to take Cesar Garcia with me. He's a good friend of Julian Chua.
Hey, listen, pull up to the gym and you're going to see what we talk about.
Yep.
Listen, we have a different approach because I'm always around trainers. We always around trainers. I like to see what the way they coach, the instructions. You'll see how we our tactics, how we communicate, because this is like a game to us,
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta come check it out, bro. You'll see what we about.
Oh, I'm going to get down there. Cesar right now is in Mexico. He's hopefully sealing up a deal for an event for his promotional company, Grito de Guerra. And then we'll be back here. He'll be back here. I think he's coming back tonight. So I'm going to talk to him and see if we can't get up there in the next couple of weeks. And maybe we could take a couple of our pros up there and get some lessons too. It'd be good to see you guys.
Welcome to come to Brick House.
Yeah, well, we appreciate that, man, very much. You have anything you want to tell the audience about this fight coming up? We already know what your prediction is, but
it's real simple. Tune in. All you got to do is get your popcorn ready, lean back, and watch the show. I got.
We appreciate that, man. We really do. Well, are you when you go to this is your first headliner. It happens to be on Golden Boy, and it's also DAZN too, right?
It's on DAZN, so no excuses worldwide.
Wow, there you go. Well, you got it, everybody. So, Brittany, you have any further questions for Scrappy?
I do, Scrappy. What kind of sponsorships did you get for this camp? Do you have a sponsorship team? Do you have businesses that represent you, that you represent? Anything like that?
I got. So shout out to What's Your Hustle. I've been working with them from the start. We also, man, as you just mentioned that, I have a documentary. It's called Inner City Legend. We just dropped it on Tubi. So You guys could go watch it. You know, it's a short documentary, and you'll hear it's more about I just wanted my shot, you know, in boxing, and that was like you'll see like the whole preparation for my pro debut. So it's on. It's on. It just came out like last night, so it's free. Y'all can tune in, download Tubi, and search Interstate Legend or Scrappy Ramirez, and you'll be able to watch it. It's the first episode.
That's awesome.
I also work with Jackson Boxing Gear, um, which I'll be wearing uh their boxing gloves for my fight night. So I've been working with
Awesome.
them. Foreign Genetics, you know, that's one of my sponsors. Burke House and 3 p.m. But if anyone's interested, you guys could hit me up. You know, I'm open for sponsorships as well.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm also. I'm gonna be honest. Now, never mind. I'm not gonna say it.
Well, now I gotta know, but off camera. How's
Nah,
that?
I mean, off camera, we could talk about it.
All right. Fair.
Oh man. So let me ask you this. You know, you're 100% boxing. I know that 110. So that's your life. That you do it 7 days a week. You're 6 days a week, 7 days a week. But you know, what do you find other things entertaining in your life outside of boxing?
As of right now, I don't care about anything else, man. I'm locked in. I just want to master this, be the best
Wow.
we be. Really, you know, I'll play some chess. Um, yeah, I don't like to do much, man. I don't like to surround myself with people that ain't doing what I'm doing. You know, I'm picky about my who I share my energy, my ideas with, and that's that. I mean, to be success, it's not hard. It's not easy to be successful, bro. You know, it's kind of hard.
Yeah.
And sometimes I wish to just be an average person and just go have fun. You know, go smoke me a little blunt. You know, go do this, go do that. You know, just seeing people doing it, it looks fun. But man, if you really want greatness, greatness is hard. And a lot of people talk about wanting to be great, but they're not willing to put the work in and sacrifices. But hey, I'm doing it, and I'm having fun with it, or trying to have fun with it as well.
Well, we're enjoying you working with it and having fun with what you're doing. You're to be admired as an athlete, as a boxer, the skill level that you've obtained in such a short career, you know. You know, I could hype you up, you know, or what have you, but I just, when I met you, I knew, and when I seen you fight, I knew. So it was a pleasure when I met you to see you, and it happened to be right there ringside, you know. So, man, I really appreciate you sharing the screen with us, sharing your story with us.
I appreciate you guys giving me the platform to share
Yeah.
my thoughts. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, you know what? We'd love to have you in the future too. You know, I mean, we're gonna be seeing each other soon because, like I said, I'm gonna go down there to Black House, and it'll be within the next 3 weeks before I gotta wait till you get out of the fight, and then when you're there, I'll hit up David and see when you're there back in the camp, which will probably be pretty quick. But right when you get there, that's when we're gonna be heading over there. I'll take Caesar with us, and I'll take our fighters to see if we can match up a couple of them or what have you to get some good education from you guys, because you guys definitely are hitting it big and hitting it hard over there. What a beautiful camp you guys got. You know, I want to wish everybody there all the luck and all the blessing.
Stop. Give me a second.
Sure.
Right.
No worries.
Hey, relax. Close the door, please. Hey, come sit right here. Well, yeah, we back.
Right on. So you have you don't have any children or anything like that, or you got kids?
My weight class, my kid.
What's that?
I said everyone in my weight class, my son.
Oh, there you go. See, there's that swagger I was talking about. And you
I
can back
like
it up.
it.
Your question though, no, I don't have no kids.
All right.
Good for you. Focus on your career.
Come on,
Good
man.
for you.
Yeah, I'm proud of you, man. I'm proud of you.
Or at least I don't have a son that I know of.
Yeah, I understand. I recognize that one. Well, Scrappy, you know what? I'm gonna see if Brittany, you have anything to final words for Scrappy, and then we're gonna go over to Art.
Nah, man. I just look forward to watching your next fight on the 23rd, with the Golden Boy Promotions. And I'm gonna tune in to the 2B episode of you, man. I look forward to it.
Do
I'll
it.
share your shit online. And I look forward to watching your career grow, bro.
Appreciate it. You won't
Yeah.
regret it. I guarantee you that.
Art.
Hey, what's up? So, yeah, I really enjoyed getting to read about you and your backstory. And anyone that doesn't know anything about this young man, they need to go and check out Inner City Legend on Tubi, because it's inspiring. You really show that with the right mindset and the right work ethic, you can get to where you want to go. So I think it's great.
Yeah. I want to say this, and I'll say this for all my House of Pain people. We've got multiple House of Pains throughout Colorado, now here in Southern California, and a couple other states as well. Boxing saves more lives than it'll ever take. So I always have to say that and repeat that because of everything around it. I want to say that talking to you was refreshing because we hear a lot of boxers come on. I'm not taking anything away from anybody, but you educated us and you took us into your mind and your mindset, and how you came about to who you are today and what made you who you are today. We really appreciate you sharing that with us, Scrappy.
Just speaking my truth, brother.
Well, yeah, you know what, man, and you know what, at your age, to be as transparent as you are way ahead of the game, brother.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, listen, everybody, tune in. Golden Boy, Indio, California, February 23rd. We got Scrappy headlining. We know what he's going to do, but we got to see it. So tune in. DAZN, like you said, you don't have a choice. It's in your face, and it's right there. All right. So we're going to go ahead and close out the show. Scrappy, you got any last words?
Nope. Y'all keep being great. Don't miss the scrap show.
Absolutely not, brother. You be blessed, my man. Appreciate you. All right. We'll talk to you soon, brother.
Peace out.
Bye, y'all.